name's Mike. I'm here to show you a Holley 4180 carburetor, popular on the Mustang 5.0s and the Capris. This particular one belongs to my 83 Capri. It's kind of interesting. What I had done to this a few years ago was I had it sent out to New York and get it up to fit my engine, which is a 302, but I rebuilt it. So while I still get it apart, I wanted to show you a few things. Like, I wonder what the inside of the choke. I have a new choke piece here that basically slides onto here, and of course, once that gets on there, so it drops into place. And what it does is that white wire that comes out for your carburetor, for your choke, that's your choke right there. And as it heats up, the little electrical thing turns the inside, and that opens up your choke. Second thing I wanted to point out was this guy right here. Now this has a metal connector, and it goes up, down and around the exhaust, and it comes back up to this point, to a point somewhere in this area, and then I have a rubber fitting that goes over this. So this takes the heat in, tells the car the temperature. So it's part of the choke, mechanism. This guy right here is your where you connect your distributor hose for your vacuum advance on the distributor. Okay, a lot of people don't know which one goes where, so I just figured I'd point that out. Now, these right here are vents that for emissions. Up front here, this is kind of important. These are filled by the factory with hardened steel. It took diamond bits to get those out. Those little adjusters, those are your primaries in the front. So there's your fuel line goes in there. These are different vacuums. I have one plugged and one for emissions. I just have them on there to reference. So the idea is once you start the car up, the secondaries are the same. They look the same in the back. But those are set in one position. One there. Those are fine. You don't have to touch those. But if you got a little bit of a rough idle and a diamond bit drill bit, these are the guys you want to adjust. Okay, it's kind of hard to make them out, but so it's just a walk around of a real 4180 Holley. This is unused. It's never been used. It's just there. It actually came with the car. This is a throttle kicker for automatics. Mine's a standard, so I don't need it. So I never replaced that. It's just there for authentication. See if we can focus in on this. See the stamp for 83. I believe this car was built in February of 83. So some other markings. And here's another neat thing. This generation doesn't see much of. Manufactured by Holley for Motorcraft. So I just wanted to show you what it looks like, and it's a correct plate and part number for the vehicle for the 83. Now the inside is a little bit different in the factory. They're opened up a little bit more. This thing's going to kick it. And finally, after all the work that I did rebuilding my motor and did this carburetor, I sent it out to other place, I kept having stalling problems, and what it was, the fuel pressure. I put a high pressure pump in there, and these things are designed to run off of 3 to 7 pounds of pressure. It was pushing 30. That's what was pushing the float bowls open, and that's what originally made me have to go back and rejet it 2 or 3 times. This is basically jetted up 3 times over factory to match the motor. So next you'll see it up and running.